Thank you so much, Shannon Lee, for recommending this book. This book gave great ideas, and not only that, I'm using what this book ideas for those who are into law of attraction, enthusiastic about the law of attraction. This book is amazing. It burns your soul. Not literally, but yo, this book is on fire. And right here, this sort of the same God thing happened for me. It started out with much snarkiness and eye rolling, but I was broke and clueless and sick of being just a weenie and about really getting for it in my life. I was open for suggestion, which is I start reading books on finding your calling and making money and getting over yourself already. They all had the spiritual side to them. I didn't toss them in the goodwill pile with my usual this good spiritual crap is for sucker to. Instead, I decided the good old God chance because I had nothing to lose. Literally, and lo behold, something of wasn't totally idiotic. So I start reading more about it, then I start studying it, then I start putting into practice. Then I notice how much better it's making me feel. Then I start believing it, and then all these awesome shifts starting to happen in my life. Then I became obsessed with it. Then I start loving it. Then I start radically changing my life with it. Then I start teaching it. Now I'm practically riding the mechanical bull about it, punching my fists air and hollering to the guy manning the control. Hit it, Wade. Right here. For law of attraction people, here we go. The grand poobah, gut, intuition, spirit, the force, the zone, the lord, the vortex, the mother load. It doesn't matter. Personally, I find the God word to be a tad too loaded. I prefer source energy, the universe, the vortex, the spirit, the mother load. All of which I use to intelligibly find this book. FYI. Whenever you choose to call it is important. What is important that you start to develop an awareness of a relationship with the source energy that's surrounding you within you, which is all the same energy, which will be your best power, and you give it a chance. Because here's the thing: all of us are connected to this limitless power, and most of us aren't using but a fraction of it. Our energy is taking a joyride in these bodies of our learning, growing, and evolving along the way, one would hope anyway. Suppose nimbling, shrinking, and moving back in with our parents as an option. What our corporal journey comes to an end, and we move on. Thanks for a lift. When I connect with the source and in flow, I am so much more powerful, so much in tune to my physical world and the world beyond, and just much happier in general. The more I meditate and the more I give, more attention I give to this relationship with my invisible superpower, the more effortlessly I can manifest things. The universe is made of source energy. All energy vibrate at a certain frequency, which means you're vibrating at a certain frequency, and everything you desire, don't desire, also vibrating, and don't desire is also vibrating at a certain frequency. Vibration attracts like vibration, otherwise known as the law of attraction. The basic idea is focus on which make you feel good, and ye shall find attract that which make you feel good. We're all attracting to energy to ourselves all the time, whether we realize it or not. When we're vibrating at a low frequency, feeling pessimistic, needy, victimized, jealous, shameful, worried, you need to raise your vibration to match the frequency vibration of one you want to tune. And also one of my favorite one in this book is this one. Follow your fantasy. I'm following this one. Now that I've given you all the kind, general ways to figure yourself out, I'm going to suggest something you're probably not going to like so much. Jump in the deep end and follow your fantasies. What do you fantasize about when you're staring out the window of a train? And before that, you go to sleep at night, or when you pretend to listen to someone really boring talk your ear off? Are you on stage doing stand-up comedy in front of 1,000 hysterical fans? Are you surrounded by beautiful children and coziest, happiest home ever? Are you being celebrated for building an orphanage around the world? Do this exercise. If money were not an issue, tap into what bring you great joy instead of what you think you need to do to survive. If you had an unlimited supply of cash, what would you spend your life doing? Our fantasies are the most relevant pee holes into who we are and what we think is awesome. No matter how out there ridiculous they may seem, they mean something to us, usually represent our biggest and big version of ourselves. Follow our fantasies, our realities in an excuse-free world. So yeah, right now I'm following my reality. And of course, this is a great book that I highly recommend that everybody read. From the law of attraction to entrepreneurs. People might believe the law of attraction, but I believe there's something in the universe that somehow, I remember I was watching during, this being aware about the universe and The Secret and stuff like that. I had to rewatch The Secret many times. But I remember I was on my computer, I was watching Louis Hayes talk about it's as if the universe is listening to your every thoughts, to your every words. But then again, you have to take action, because if you take your thoughts, your what you think and your feeling, and you move that into action, that vibration becomes so much potent, so much power. I think one time Bob Proctor said in his video that your thoughts are very potent in the universe. Maybe that this thought that we have are not only that, I think they're communication to this bigger realm. They're the thoughts, the feeling. You know how most people, I remember when I was being aware about this power, you know how most people, when they pray in religions, instead of praying for the good, they pray that if they get this, they won't do it again, but they still do it again. You know what I'm talking about, the sin. I remember that time. I remember I pray, so so all my sins, so I won't make the mistake and still do it again. But I think we put sins too bad. We think that the sin, the guilt we have, I think that those could make us a better person, but it's also holding us back in some way. I think that too many of us law of attraction people, or people in general, we oftentimes feel guilty and feel that we have so much that are done to, in the past we are we did something horrible and you wish that it didn't happen ever again, and then we take that as it's karma or whatever. No, it's because we have so much guilt that's weighting us down. That, remember, if it was that, the universe would have done really bad, but generally we have to let go. It's not easy. Let go of the past. Let go. I think the past is holding us most of the time. Let go of what we think was. We didn't know any better. We wish we knew better. We wish we knew how to be more kinder, more gentle. But the most thing is be more kinder, gentle to yourself and to other people. I think oftentimes that's why my message is this to law of attraction people: treat people with kindness, because I know that for a fact that people are rude, and you can't do anything about it. But what you can do is, no matter what people go through, have an open ear and talk to. I remember when I was going to the secondhand bookstore in the library downstairs, I remember there was this guy. No, never mind. Where was he? I think he was, maybe. I think so. And I took the time to listen to him. I don't know what he said, but I took the time to listen to him, and he was on the bus station seat, whatever, near the library, and I took the time to listen. That's pretty much it. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe.